Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third night in a row of the Smark City podcast. Tonight, we watched SmackDown Live. We watched a pretty much jobber defeat the WWE World Champion, AJ Styles. And, yeah. Hold on. You know what? I got to tell you something.
You're just a mess, man.
I'm a mess.
Haven't even introduced me. Haven't introduced yourself.
I had to stop because I heard myself.
I know.
In my head.
I could hear it.
You all probably heard it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of okay. I'm very much into myself, and I watch my show as I'm doing it. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll just say it right off the bat.
He's kind of like the Tyler Breeze of. Tyler likes to take selfies. Drew likes to hear himself talk. You can see the parallel.
I like to hear myself talk, and Alex doesn't shut up.
He likes to hear himself talk and me not say a word. So I do everything I can to flip that on the script and make him have to do the opposite. So.
And that ruined the entire thing.
Hi, I'm Alex.
So anyway.
Let's get to the fucking introductions. 2
minutes That guy is a dick, and his name is Alex.
I'm not a dick.
And he's still on the list, by the way. And he might get put on the list again tonight.
Gimmick stealer. All you do is steal gimmicks and listen to yourself talk.
Because it's just, my voice is... I believe it was DX Goldie that said that I have a reassuring voice. Something like that. Which I thank her for very much. Or him. Whatever the gender of that person may be. Anyway, so here we are, third night in a row, talking SmackDown Live. And I'm going to let you in on something, everybody who was listening to this. There may be an argument tonight.
It's not even anything to argue over. It's just you have a bad opinion, and I'm clearly don't, and you're the one who's like making it an issue.
Excuse me, I'm the one. Should
you have a bad opinion? Yes.
Should I screen share the DM conversation between the two of us where you went clearly over the top?
No, you're the one who has a bad opinion, and you're like trying to argue with nonsensical arguments where I'm like, that doesn't even relate. Like you're not even doing it right. Anyway,
so let's start with the show's opener, which I think was one of the before the opening match, we'll say the literal opener of the show, I think was probably one of the greatest openings of the show since the brand split. Miz and Dolph Ziggler.
I don't remember watching it.
This is not Monday, sir.
I know, but I still am not going to. It's 3 days in a row, man. I'm not sitting down and watching wrestling for 2 hours on a third night in a row.
Oh, that's why SmackDown unfortunately suffers.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is.
Well, anyway.
Pence, you suck, man. Sorry, watching baseball too. Fucking made a diving catch when you didn't need to, allowed Chicago to score a run.
This is going to be a very interesting show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Fuck Chicago, by the way. Just as a general broad stroke.
We might have people.
Fuck Chicago. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying fuck them. I'm saying fuck your city. Your city sucks. Yeah.
Very interesting show. So, we started off the show with Ziggler. Did you watch it, or do you just not remember?
It was on, and it was in the background.
Well, Ziggler had I thought, very great opening promo. Nice.
Oh, let me guess. He talked about all the stuff where he's like, I didn't know if I could do it, but I did it. Yay. And then Miz interrupts, right? Is that about it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to rain on your parade. This is fun.
You're being a real asshole tonight. And when we get to the part that we're going to argue,
maybe
I hope that we can still stay friends after this one.
I mean, I don't know. Your decision.
We'll see about that. So yeah, I thought that Miz actually showed, almost kind of like how he was talking on Talking Smack a few weeks back with Daniel Bryan. He showed a lot of passion. He showed a lot of aggression, and you could just see how much this program actually means to the both of them. I think that, it was just not too long ago that nobody gave a crap about Dolph Ziggler. And I mean, yeah, there are still some people who don't give a crap about him, but come on, guys. I mean, this is probably the most fire Dolph's had since he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase a few years back and won the World Championship. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah, I don't think he's on fire or anything. I think this is the first time he's gotten a legitimate storyline since then. So yeah, it's his best work since then. I mean, like when they were making the title versus career match, and I was like, oh shoot, I want to see this. And then the result happened, and it was a good match and all that, and some fun stuff happened. But it's not anything that's really got my attention. Like, it's fun to watch, but like, it's not. I'm not just head over heels in love with this feud.
You don't think that this is like the best work that we've seen from these guys in quite some time?
I mean, maybe, but like even then, I still don't care about them as much comparatively to other people. Because I know, I don't know, man. Like at the end of the day, as good as they're performing, it's still Dolph Ziggler and The Miz feuding, it's got a ceiling. Or at least it has a ceiling unless they do something special, which they've not done yet. They'd have to do something really unique and special, and I don't know what that would be. It would have to be something like someone would have to take it to extreme levels of almost shoot, or we see a spot we haven't seen in a while that looks dangerous or something like that. Just because it's not, I mean, it's two career mid-carders fighting, and that's great, but they're a mid-card fight, you know? I don't, there's only so much I can get into it. And that's kind of portrayed by me seeing them on and be like, okay, cool. And then just turning and looking at my phone or something and passively listening and maybe catching some of it.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Surprised.
It's just,
I mean, to me, in my opinion, I really feel like this is like second tier main event quality. It doesn't even feel mid-card to me.
See, I mean, I'm sorry. Story, like the story itself and how much time it's being dedicated, yes, it is. But to me, I care more about other people than these two. And let me say this: like, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer and just negative about the product, because they are making the most of their time. It's just that with these two, I just don't. I don't know. I've been trained over so many years to not care about these two, and now I'm supposed to care, and it's going to take a while, and they're going to have to do something special. And they're doing very good, but I wouldn't put them in the special category with this feud. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just feel like it's good. It's very good. It's just, I mean, I'm not going to, I don't feel the investment in these characters like I feel in like Cena, Ambrose Styles, or in Sasha, Charlotte, or something like that. I'm not invested as much to see where it goes. Like, I could just stop watching this feud now, and I feel like I wouldn't miss much, despite it being good.
All right, I see what you mean. And I mean, we've talked before about how WWE just puts these, puts certain wrestlers kind of like on this level, and they don't do anything with them, and then when so pretty much what you're saying, when they are presented as a big deal, it's hard to invest in them.
Yeah,
and I think we've seen it a lot with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
like Bray right now.
But I care more about Bray inherently than I do these two, because Bray's at least been a main eventer. He just loses when he's in the main event. I don't know. I care.
Dolph is a main eventer.
What? Who? Dolph?
Yeah.
Come on. Name the last time Dolph Ziggler was in a main event.
Miz is definitely a main eventer.
When? No, he's not.
He did main event WrestleMania 27.
That was literally 5 years ago. It doesn't matter.
Main evented? I mean,
yeah, and he's a main eventer currently. He is not. He is for his career, he has spent, I would say, at least 75% of his time in the mid card or lower. Same for Dolph Ziggler. Yes, they have anomalies where they get pushed up for a brief stint. And look, Miz was never meant to be a main eventer. He should have never been a main eventer because he's not that good. Sorry.
Wow. You're talking about not being a Debbie Downer tonight.
He's not that good. He is very
real Debbie Downer,
but he's not that good.
There's some stench of Raw on you still. I think you need.
No, I don't. No. I'm trying to be a realist here. SmackDown overall is doing very well with storylines, and they're doing everything they can with the talent they have. That's why I was so pleasantly surprised when. Okay, here this will hopefully put it in the context better. When I look at the SmackDown roster, I am worried. There are some very good wrestlers, and then there are people like Dolph Ziggler and Miz who are going to be forced to carry the show. And they're going to have deep, meaningful feuds all the time for me to even care a little, which is what's happening right now. I care a little bit, not much. So it was a pleasant surprise because I didn't expect that from SmackDown. I did not expect to care at all. So they got me a little bit. But at the same time, this is not a roster that's just filled to the brim with talent. It has a lot of young talent, and it has some older guys who are established, and then it has a lot of there's this gap of you have young talent, you have established talent, and then you have just this valley of Naomi's and Swaggers and Ascensions that just don't matter. And Ziggler and Miz are in that valley to me.
Ziggler and Miz are in the valley of Jack Swagger?
Not on the same level as him, but in terms of apathy over the years, yeah.
Well, that I understand. But
that's what I'm getting at. Is I'm never going to be invested in Jack Swagger. I will never be invested in Naomi. I will never be invested in the Ascension. Dolph Ziggler and Miz are kind of on the canyon wall. I care a little, but they're going to have to do some crazy climbing for me to ever care more than that. Does that make sense?
Boy, oh boy.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but that's such a shitty way of looking at this. I got to be honest with you. That's such a I wouldn't even be watching the show if I had this point of view.
Well, no. Because there's clearly enough that I care about. I care about the main event scene. I care about the tag team main event or the tag team scene. I care about the women. There's a lot of good things on the show. I care about Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton because I like both of them. It's just, and I do care a little about Ziggler, Miz. I'm not turning the TV. I'm not totally out of it, but come on, man. If I go to a WWE show, am I buying a Miz shirt? No. Am I buying a Ziggler shirt? No. I'm there to kind of watch that and look at my phone and talk to whoever I'm with while we gear up for the actual people that I'm here to see.
Well, I'll agree with you that
that's
I
what this is.
buy a Miz shirt because Miz actually doesn't have anything but a plaque in WWE shop right now.
Well, that's fine. You get the point.
Dolph Ziggler shirts are just terrible.
Yeah. But every WWE shirt is terrible. They're all bad.
That's not true.
They are all bad. I would not wear any of them out in public. Any of them.
Well, you have to be a real hardcore fan.
I have a
to
Balor Club
wear it
shirt
out.
because I like Finn Balor, not because I would wear it in public.
Well, I have a number of shirts that I'm not going to list right now because it would take too much time for me to remember them. But well, anyway, my point is that there's got to be a time, and thankfully, from what you're saying, you are kind of coming out of it. There's got to be a time for, I'll say, other fans who might be feeling the same way as you, who maybe haven't connected as much or care as much. Something's got to give, basically. Like, you see Miz last month cut this unbelievable truth shoot promo on Talking Smack last month on Daniel
Let me say this real quick to intervene. You say it was this unbelievable shoot thing, right? I listened to it and was like, that's mildly interesting.
You see, there you go. And that's why there's such
They could do something with this, was my point of view. Like, I could actually maybe care about this. This wasn't just something that blew me away, which is...
Why?
Because of so many years of Miz and Ziggler having nothing. I think that's really it. I feel like it's WWE failed them along the way more than anything.
Even when they get something, it's still not really good enough.
Because I've been trained over multiple years to know that whatever victories they have or whatever success they gain, it's short term. They'll lose to Cena or they'll lose to Styles. Like, I guarantee you Ziggler's going to win this feud. He'll go on and face someone like Bray Wyatt and lose.
Well, I mean, Bray's track record is not that great.
I know, but Ziggler will lose to him because he's Dolph Ziggler. There is a clear pecking order, and Bray Wyatt is above Dolph Ziggler.
You know what I would say? I would say that Bray Wyatt would only win because he has help. And that's something that when we get to the main event, I'm going to talk about because
I think that's probably true.
In the month leading up to Bray versus Randy, we talked about how we knew that Bray wasn't going to win.
Yeah. So let me do this. Let me just to prove it to you. My thought process here. I want you to name top 5 in order. Male singles wrestlers that you would expect to win. So, like, my number 1 guy is who I think would beat anyone on the roster in a one-on-one contest, most likely to beat everyone. For me, that's John Cena. And then it's probably AJ Styles. And then it's probably Dean Ambrose. And then it's probably Randy Orton. And then it's probably Bray Wyatt. What about you?
I'm going to tell you mine.
Sure.
Mine is number 1, AJ Styles. Number 2, Dean Ambrose. John Cena. So 1, AJ Styles. 2, John Cena. 3, Miz.
No.
4, Dean Ambrose.
Stop it.
5.
Stop
no, but
it.
you have to look. You have to look.
No.
At, listen to me.
Stop.
You have to look at the win-loss record of these
No,
guys.
you don't. I'm talking on gut feeling here. I'm talking on any random show. If they put these two together, who would win? This is just And
I'm telling you truthfully how I feel.
And you think that Miz would beat Dean Ambrose if they faced each other 10 times, you think Miz would beat Ambrose more than Ambrose would beat Miz?
Yeah.
You are incredibly crazy to me. That makes no sense.
I do.
Bro,
I do.
Dean Ambrose has won world titles. He was in the Shield. He won and had the longest reigning United States Championship run in history. And then you're going to say Miz is going to beat him?
Yeah.
Come on. No.
Yeah, but look, you have to see you have to put into perspective.
I would throw a flag if I had one on that.
You have to also put into perspective now.
Personal foul, bullshit, 15-yard penalty. I would be so great as like a quick aside. I'd be so great as like a college ref or something. I'd be like, personal foul. That was a fucking foul. Suck a dick. First down.
Your buddy Daniel Price agrees with you. So, if you want to go and read his comments.
Yeah, like people keep going like Miz is so great right now, and he's just an amazing heel. And here's the problem. Well, here's the problem. He's a classic heel. He's doing as much as he can to be unlikable. The problem with that is that system is outdated a little. Like, that's not what people want. Everyone's in on the act.
Hold on. Whoa. I have to stop you right there. The Revival. Give me a fucking break.
The Revival do it right. They don't do it, like, simpering. Like, okay, Miz is kind of cut from a Gorgeous George kind of cloth. Not the same, obviously, but he's kind of that bourgeoisie bullshit. Look at me, I'm a pretty boy. I have a hot wife, you don't. All that stuff. The Revival are just two ugly-looking mugs who beat the shit out of people and hurt them. There's a difference in how they operate. They are both classic heels, but yeah.
No. This is a cop-out right now. You're just going off of their looks, and that's ridiculous.
No. I'm going on the way they operate. I'm going on the way they talk. There is a difference in the way that Miz does his promos and the Revival does their promos. There's a difference in the way Miz operates in the ring and the Revival operates in the ring.
Well, first of all, they're a tag team.
Yes, so, but they both. But come on, man, you're nitpicking.
It says the king of nitpickers.
No, I'm being honest. I'm being like open and honest and wanting to have a conversation, and you're trying to pick on. Well, they're a tag team, so that makes everything different. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make anything.
If you let me finish my sentence,
character design.
If you let me finish my sentence,
go for it. I'm waiting for you.
I'm
standing up and pacing. God damn it.
Oh God. Stop being so dramatic.
I'm not. I'm emotional and like I want to invest and there's not enough to invest in this. So go ahead.
I used to be, let me just tell you this, okay? I hated The Miz. I hated him. I thought, as Daniel Price said, I'm going to read it word for word. Miz was a super, people conned into this notion that Miz is a super duper heel, but he's not a good heel so much as he's an obnoxious twat. I absolutely, and
such a great quote.
Exactly. Daniel Price agreed with him before 2 months ago. Absolutely. That was exactly how I felt. I hated The Miz. I hated that I would have to see him win because I knew he was going to win. And he won all the time. I mean, he's 188 days. It would be like,
yeah, but against like mid-carders.
My point is that sometimes you have to, and this goes right along with the James Ellsworth thing that I said tonight, that I tweeted about. Sometimes you have to open up a little bit and take what you're seeing at face value and just go with it. Because
it's WWE's job to make me do that.
Well,
and if I'm not doing it, it's on them.
No.
Yes, it's on them.
What? It's not always on them.
It's
not always on them.
This is, yes.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why right now. Why it's not always on them? Roman Reigns. No matter what Roman Reigns does, the crowd boos him. That is because
that's bullshit. That's bullshit. No, that's on WWE.
Of what WWE did in the past.
But it's their fault. They created this atmosphere. It's the same thing.
You're not taking Roman's ring work into account.
No, I am. It's not my job to take myself. Go ahead, talk, and then I'll fillet this argument.
I didn't mean you literally.
I know.
I meant that. I always go back when I try and make this argument. I always go back to Sheamus versus him in their terrible feud, and the TLC, last year, where they had a match that was almost cringeworthy with how they were hitting each other and just blasting each other. And the crowd is chanting, "We want Cena." and Roman sucks and you can't wrestle. All that shit is nonsense at this point. You have to take what WWE does and what the wrestler does in two different tiers, because the wrestler, yes, you might be upset that Roman is, and I've done this. I'm certainly guilty. I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of this. Roman Reigns is a great wrestler. Yes, he's being put in, title matches that you don't want to see. But at the end of the day, if you actually just take what he's doing in the ring, the real job, like what this is, wrestling, you would probably enjoy him more. Again, I'm not saying you. I'm talking to, because I know you do enjoy him, but I'm just saying, the wide variety of smarks out there who are the boo Roman until we die crew. And it's not always WWE. WWE might give it a jump start, but at the end of the day, this is a wrestling product, an entertainment product, and Roman Reigns is an entertaining wrestler.
Okay. All right. Ready for this? I'm going to destroy that argument so easily. Okay, so there is some merit of truth to what you're saying in that, like, okay, people, you have to accept it at some point, because there is a case for like Smarks Online where they talk to each other and they whip each other into a frenzy and can hurt their enjoyment of the product just by their own conversations. So that I will give you. Everything else you said was bullshit. Everything else. So here's the thing. It is on WWE. You are a national, worldwide organization. That's an oxymoron, but they are a worldwide organization. They have people running every fucking office, doing so much research, you can't even imagine. Their job is to know this shit before they do it. So here's the problem. You have a television show and a network and a pay-per-view system, and you have YouTube content, you have website content, you have interviews, you have all this stuff. All these guys are so overexposed that everything you do with them matters. So when you do something stupid with Roman, it's your own fault that the crowd suddenly starts to feel apathy for him, or starts to hate him, or starts to just not care what he's doing. So when you do bad booking decisions, or when you don't think things through, when you do things on the fly, you fuck up these characters. You fuck up these people who are you employing. So when I've been given 3 years of Dolph Ziggler doing nothing of consequence, ever, when he's been the exact same guy for 3 years, pardon me if I don't get excited when he's doing the exact same thing, except that he has more time to do it in on SmackDown. It's the same story he's had. Same fucking story for 3 years, where he's done nothing. The only thing he's done now is he's won an Intercontinental Championship that Miz had. Wow, you won it from Miz? Let's talk about what Miz has done in 3 years. He's gone to make a movie, and he's gone to make another movie, and he's had inconsequential title runs in between that mean nothing, because he's on TV every week, and he's fighting people who don't matter all the time. So sorry if I don't just get excited over this, because I've seen this feud countless times already. And let me say this. This is not, you're telling me I have to take things split from what WWE does and what the characters do, or what the people who are performing Dolph Ziggler and Miz do. You're totally right. Miz and Dolph Ziggler have done a wonderful job. They've worked very hard to create this feud and make it engaging. I don't fault them. I fault WWE for 3 years of me not giving a fuck. And I'm sorry if I can't just turn it on like you want me to, because it's like a television show. I can't just like it inherently when I'm passively watching it, and I'm just like, I've seen this before. It's like a rerun. It's like watching a cartoon you watched as a child over and over and over. At some point, you know the words. You know the way it's working. You know every line, every fucking cutscene, and how everything's laid out. And it's just like, sorry, man. I'm sorry. And part of it is because they're overexposed. I think that's partly or one of the biggest problems, but I think the biggest problem overall is WWE fucked them. And now that they have time, it's going to take time. Like, now that they have time, it's going to take a year. It's going to take a year of constant good writing, because I can't just instantly care. It's just not. I'm a consumer. I'm supposed to be entertained. Like, I can't just become what you want me to become as an audience. So, sorry, man. I'm sorry. I like them. I like them both. I think they're both fine wrestlers and performers, and I think everything about what they're doing right now is wonderful. But come on, man. What kind of change? Like, here's good storytelling. This will tell you the more than anything. And I want to give credit to Miz, because Miz is the only one that really kind of fits the storytelling model of how this should work right now. So storytelling, you have a character and you have a start and a finish line, and somewhere between the start and the finish line, they have to change and adapt and grow or regress as a person to become something else by the finish line. 3 years ago, what was Miz doing? I'm going to make it. I'm an underdog. I'm scrappy, but I'm going to make it because I'm Dolph Ziggler and I'm the show off and blah, 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 blah. What's he doing now? I'm Dolph Ziggler and I just won the Intercontinental Championship after putting my career on the line, but I made it and I'm good because I'm the show off and I'm Dolph Ziggler, blah, 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 blah. Same guy. I'm sorry if I'm not just engaged by that. Well, Miz actually had a change. Miz at least changed a little. What do you want?
I have to give Dolph a little bit of credit in the change department, because he does not shake his ass.
He changed his hair. I'm sorry. You're totally right.
First of all, I didn't. Hello. I didn't even say that.
I know. I'm being a jackass.
He does not shake his ass anymore.
Oh, wow.
I guess we'll include the hair. It's not. Well, see, I was going to go somewhere because of how heated this argument is, but I'm not going to say that.
He used to wear the briefs. Now he wears long pants.
And he does not call himself a show-off.
I got it, Elgato. Beat you to it.
I haven't heard him call himself a show-off in quite a while.
JBL says Michael. I'm on it, Elgato.
So, I mean, you can't say that that Ziggler is the same person.
No, he totally is. Totally is. He's the exact same guy as he was when he was teaming with Big E Langston and AJ Lee. Same guy. Except maybe less edgy. He was kind of more interesting back then.
Yeah, but, I mean, he could be still. It's for me, it's different because those were the things that upset me a lot about him. Well, not the hair, but, you know, like, he made some tweaks to his character. It might not be like, oh my God, he is, you know, he has such a huge transformation, but he went somewhere in doing something different every night.
Let me say this.
I don't remember the last time he called himself a show-off.
He hasn't done it in a while. And let's give Ziggler the credit. He did do all the things you're saying. That's about all he has control over. WWE has to do the rest. But let me make this clear. You know how Sting was super popular in the late 90s, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how he became so popular? Because he went through a character transformation. He was a bright, colorful, happy guy.
I remember
he got betrayed. And then he just left. And right before he left, he came out with white and black face paint. And he said a couple words, and then he left. And then when he comes back, he's in a black trench coat, won't say a damn word, has a baseball bat, and is kicking fucking ass. He's a different guy. People like change. People like seeing characters grow. Like, that's what makes wrestling fun for me, is not seeing the same thing over and over. And God, you could really contradict me here with Finn Balor, but like, these are the things that matter to me. So that's why so many people have been frustrated with John Cena over so many years, is because he hasn't changed. He's the same guy.
Oh, in that case, I'll agree with you that it's WWE's fault. But John Cena is not the same guy from 3 years ago.
Yeah, Daniel Price. So Sting came out, cut the promo with his back turned, and told all the fans who lost faith in him that they could stick it. It's exactly what happened.
Here's where I'm going to cut out your little argument here when it comes to this, just with the Sting thing right here. Okay, if that happened with Dolph Ziggler, more people than not would be calling it a copycat angle of Sting.
What? No. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm saying you have to do something. I'm saying you have to let these characters change and grow.
Not that he would wear black and have a baseball bat and paint his face white. I'm saying that or not even Sting, but if Ziggler came out as a complete 180 different character than what he is right now, somebody will try to link it to something else.
I'm not trying to describe them as they need to do this overnight. What I'm trying to get at is, okay, let me tell you this. Like, you put yourself in Dolph Ziggler's shoes. Let's assume that this wrestling thing is real for a moment, because that's kind of the point of wrestling. We assume it's real. That's the only thing that WWE should demand from me as a fan, is to act like it's real. Believe it's real for the moment. Okay, so Drew, let's say you are now Dolph Ziggler and you are fighting in the WWE and you lose for 3 fucking years. What do? Don't you? Isn't the human thing to do is to say, "Fuck, man, I need to change something." 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, as much as
he changed nothing.
As much as I could change, I would change or try to, politic.
Dude, I would try new moves. I would try, cutting my hair. I come from a sports background. I'm superstitious about that shit. I would wear different clothing. I would dye my hair. I would do something, anything to change the mojo, to change me, to make me better, to give me a chance at this. This would drive me insane. If I were a wrestler and I was losing all the time in real life, I would be driven fucking crazy. I couldn't handle that. And I think they kind of got a little bit of that in this feud right here, where he said, fine, if I can't beat you, I'm done. He's finally starting to show a little bit. So I'm mildly intrigued. Mildly. To bring it full circle.
It's yeah. So what I want to say here.
This wasn't even the thing we were going to argue about, by the way.
I know. We're not even done with this fucking podcast.
Jesus Christ.
We're going to be here for a while, folks. So I understand what you're saying. Now, I want you to tell me what is going to happen between Miz and Ziggler to the next pay-per-view. And if you can tell me exactly what's going to happen and it happens on TV, I give it to you 100%.
No, I don't think that's fair. I think I can generally tell you, and you can generally be like, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. And I don't think that's fair to put the eye on me to exactly prescribe what they're going to happen. All I know is that
because for 3 years what happened with the Miz and what happened with Ziggler, so you seem to know.
No, I know their past. That doesn't mean I can predict the future. What I'm telling you is that I know what the current system would tell me they would do. Now the onus is on Miz, because Ziggler was acting like, you're crying. Are you crying now? And then Miz has his fucking, you don't understand what I'm going to do to get this back and all that shit. So now the onus is on Miz to do something, and it will do nothing in reality. It will change neither character. They'll fight one more time. Ziggler will probably keep the belt, and then Miz will move on. That's probably what's going to happen. That's my guess. Hopefully I'm wrong.
And I actually don't think that's what's going to happen. But
okay, so tell me what you think is going to happen.
I think Miz is going to win it back. And I think that they'll do one more little thing together. Ziggler will lose. Miz will probably then fight Dean Ambrose while Styles is fighting Orton.
I don't want that. I don't want Miz anywhere near Ambrose or Styles.
And you want to know something? Daniel Price just brought up something literally right now that I was going to bring up. The Spirit Squad has kind of killed because I'm tired of it already. Like, they don't need to be there anymore. Like, it was fine for the
They were funny when Miz was trying to get under her skin. It was a one-time thing.
But now that they interfered in the pay-per-view match, now they're back again for a handicap match tonight. It wasn't. That was kind of like, nah.
I guess there's a compelling story you could tell with the Spirit Squad feeling jealous of Ziggler for being able to have this long feud while they didn't. But come on, who wants to see that? No one.
No one. Yeah, I really don't want to see that. We could keep the Spirit Squad off TV now. That would be fine.
They should never come back.
At least, hey, that's something we agree on. This has been a very weird podcast so far.
We haven't gotten to anything on the fucking show except for the fucking opening segment. Let's just skip the majority of it, right? So one of the coolest things on the show was, for me, was Alexa Bliss talking down on Naomi and putting her in her place, and then Daniel going, "Oh well, if you can handle it that well, then I guess we'll just let you have a match against her on Tuesday, and see what happens." That was great.
Yeah, I really enjoy Alexa Bliss a lot.
See, Alexa Bliss gets character. She gets how to be a character, and I feel like she always makes sure her motivations are clear, which most can't do. So she is on there being like, please, I was actually preparing for Becky Lynch, and then to get this fucking Light Bright show coming out here, like, come on, man. How do I keep my intensity when I have to face a fucking light up poster? Come on, like, it makes total sense. She's a character. It makes sense. It's cool. Alexa Bliss is amazing. Like, that was one of the best things of the show tonight. I wasn't really into this show. I think my tone and my demeanor tonight give that away. I didn't think the Ellsworth thing was funny. I didn't think the main event was good.
Wow, you see, this is the problem. This is the problem with a lot of people who watch this show.
What?
A lot of people. You need to just take a step back, breathe.
I'm breathing, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I'd be passed out on the floor.
You know what I'm talking about.
What? Okay.
There are people who go on Twitter and have Twitter accounts openly bashing the product like they think that it's cool.
I'm not bashing. I'm being critical. There is a difference.
I said people. I didn't say you. I'm not saying you are.
You literally just said before that you people need to chill and breathe and all that stuff.
You know when I'm talking about you. Trust me. My point in saying this is maybe you just need to not watch it for a little while.
Maybe I do. I took a break and came back and enjoyed it for about a 3-week period before it's starting to get old again. And look, you say it's my job as a fan to care and stuff. No, I'm a consumer, and if I do get to this point where I'm kind of disillusioned with the product, it's not my fault. It's WWE's fault.
Well, you know what?
My attention, so I'll leave. But
if you see yourself as a consumer and not a fan, there's your problem right there.
No. I'm talking in terms of like the grand scheme of things. I am a wrestling fan. I like good wrestling. So like this isn't. But let's define it for what it is. I'm the fan. I'm the consumer. I'm the one investing in a product. I'm the one paying for a product. WWE is the one selling me the product. They're the one who have to come to me, not the other way around. I'm giving them money for them to come to me and give me a good product. That is the true nature of this exchange here. So let's be honest about it.
So stop giving them money.
I probably will. I'm thinking about it. I don't know, man. I just Raw has its own problems, right? Raw has its problems where they have a lot of very good feuds going on right now, but the problem is that they have 3 hours. So they have like 4 or 5 good feuds, but there's still an hour and a half that's just Titus O'Neil versus whoever he faced this week. Or what's his face? Big Face versus the Splash Brothers, whatever his Braun Strowman, that's his name. There are things like that are just like, I'm sorry, I can't really invest in him beating jobbers that much. It's just like, oh, that's mildly fun for 2 minutes and then whatever. So like when Raw has those problems, SmackDown has its own problems with it's a very, very thin roster, and you're going to see a lot of the same people over and over and over and over. And that one night where they just don't have it, you lose interest. And that's happened to me tonight. McBabyface Stromboli. I like that. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, I don't know, man.
You know what you need? You just need to feel the glow, my man.
This was the argument, ladies and gentlemen, that we were going to have because I fucking roasted Drew in our Twitter DMs about fucking Naomi Feel the Glow. That was why he put up a poll about, has she gotten better since the Funkadactyls? That was why.
You know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that because you reminded me. I put on Twitter as we were having that conversation in the DMs. And I'll tell you that out of 19 votes, 79% say, yes, Naomi has improved since her days as a Funkadactyl. Thank you very much.
So she's gotten better than chicken shit? Okay, cool.
You're such a piece of shit.
No, it's for real, man. Like, she was a cheerleader for, what was his name? Oh, I don't know his name. Who?
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay. Yeah, that's the name.
Thank you, El Gato Polo Loco.
But Naomi's better. Yeah, okay, fine. But, like, Naomi's still mediocre. She's still worse than, oh, God, let's see. Bayley, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss. I think she's worse than Carmella. She's worse than Nikki Bella. She's worse than Sasha Banks. She's worse than Asuka. She's worse than Ember Moon. She's worse than, Emma. She's worse than Paige. Like, she's worse than pretty much. She's not an average women's wrestler in WWE. So that was my point. The broader thing we were getting, the broader thing we were arguing about was the glow gimmick. It bugs me a little. Like I get a
little more than a little.
No, it doesn't bug me a lot because I like it. If we weren't talking about it, I would just sit there and let it happen and be like, "Oh, cool, bright colors." But like that is the extent of the emotion it's getting out of me. What we were arguing about was when I conceptually think of the glow gimmick that she has, it's fucking stupid. It's just a marketing pitch to Naomi used to be a dancer, so let's give her something with bright lights and she'll be a baby face. This feels like on the cutting room floor where we are pasting a gimmick together. And it's just like, I'm sorry, man. It feels very superficial and just meant to make money to me. It doesn't feel like anything relevant or deep or conceptually stimulating. It's just a glow. And then they asked her, what's the glow about? And she said, it's about positivity. And like, it's not about anything. It's just colors. It's not about anything at all. You just say it's about positivity and feeling happy for yourself and all this, just so that people will be like, yay, I like feeling happy. I'll buy your shit. That's all it means to me. Sorry.
Tisk, 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 my friend. Tisk, tisk.
What's wrong with that? Tell anyone in the comments. Tell me what's wrong with that. Tell me what's wrong with seeing through the cash grabbing bullshit. Thank you, Daniel Price. That's the exact phrase I was looking for. Nothing is wrong with it because that's totally how it is.
Everything is a cash grab.
No, it's not.
Your buddy Finn Balor.
No. Listen to me. Like, for those of you who don't know, I like to write right now. I like to write. That is kind of a thing that I've learned about myself in the past 5 years or so. I like to write. I would like to one day write a fictional book. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do it. But my purpose in writing that book is not to make money off it. I can make money elsewhere. My point in writing this book is not to spread it out on social media, be like, hey, I'm writing a book, look at me. It's to sit down in my fucking room with a fucking laptop for years and to work at this and make this as good as I can make it because I want it to be good, not because I want to make money off it. That's the difference. That's the difference with any kind of art. I feel like what Naomi's doing is just the only reason she's doing it is because it'll make money. It's not because she artistically created this thing. And I feel like when you are looking more at someone like Finn Balor, it is a cash grab in some aspects, but it's also something that Finn Balor cares about because he put his own mythology into it. He put a lot of thought into it. He named his character after it. Like, there's more to it than just cash grab.
In our little DM argument, did I not say pretty much what you're saying about Finn Balor, about Naomi?
No, you said, well, you don't know if that's the case. I do, because it's the only thing that she does is come out with color, dance, and then say, feel the glow. There is nothing else to it.
All Finn Balor does is come out with face paint and some scraggly things on his arms and his head and crawl down to the ring.
No, sir. No, sir. That is a very specific thing he does for entertainment value. The whole concept of Finn Balor is not just that. There is more to it than that, and I think anybody listening to this will say you're right. There is. If I have to explain the difference to you between Finn Balor and Naomi, that's on you. That's not on me. Like, you should be able to put them on a measurement eye to eye and say there's clearly more depth to one than the other.
There is more depth to one. I'm not saying that they're literally like 100% comparable. I'm saying that obviously Finn Balor's thing is much more of a big deal and goes to his character. My point in saying that is that Naomi may feel that the glow thing is an important thing to her, like Finn feels the demon is.
She says her fucking role model is Nicki Minaj. There goes your argument. Because guess what Nicki Minaj is? She's just a money-making cash cow. She doesn't do anything.
That doesn't mean that she is a money-making
She has other
cow.
people who produce her songs, and then her job is to have a big ass. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry if I'm breaking down pop songs here and, like, exposing that business for what it is. But
everyone fucking knows that.
Yeah, the point is that that's her role model. She literally said that is who she's modeling this after. On the other hand, you have Finn Balor, who was over in Japan, and he's working as Prince Devitt, and they tell him that they want him to go heel. And he's trying to come up with ways to go heel and to make it count because he cares about wrestling. So what he is coming up with is he's like, if I'm going to be a bad guy, I've got to get rid of the abs and the stuff where they can't see my body because people, like, they popped for his, sorry, like, this is going to be a weird phrase, but they popped for his body. So he's saying, okay, I got to get rid of this. I'm going to either wear a bodysuit or I'm going to paint myself all black so they can't see me. And that's where it spawned out of. It spawned out of his desire and his care for wrestling. It spawned out of his own passion. This is just, Naomi, you need a thing on television. Here you go.
That is such a shitty way of looking at this.
No, it is. I'm sorry. Like I'm getting really, really emotional about this because I care explicitly about this. This is the foundation of what I believe in writing if I write my own book. This is the whole fucking thing. I'm not going to write about stuff that I think is just going to sell. That's not that offends me. That offends me. That's what I feel like Naomi is. It's just what's going to make money. And I don't feel like this is like a negative or a cynical way of looking at it. I think this is the right way to look at this. I think as consumers, we should demand more than just giving something superficial like feel the glow. I should have every single wrestler on television who deeply and passionately cares about their craft bringing the absolute best they can come up with creatively, because that's art, and that's what wrestling should be. Not the glow. Feel the glow. It's glow time.
So if Feel the Glow is just a cash grab, why is the only thing that she has in the shop a shirt that says Feel the Glow and not 500 things that are branded with
Because it just
glow
happened.
And
just now getting
it's been
her
going on
babyface
for over
push.
a month now. Come on.
She's just now getting her babyface push. Come on, man. Like, you start with a shirt. Like, you don't start with giving any woman in this. First off, like, if you're going to bring this up as a point, I want you to go and look and tell me how many shirts Becky Lynch has.
How about I tell you how many shirts The Miz has?
No, don't tell me that, because that's not an equivalent. What we're going to do is we're going to put her up against another babyface woman. So give me a sec. I will tell you myself.
I'm on it right now. Becky Lynch has 1 shirt, 2 shirts, 3 shirts, 4 shirts.
How many that are modern? Meaning they've been on television the last month or 2.
1.
Yep.
She has
the Becky Lynch last kicker one. She has the Rob Schamberger shirt that was painted. And then she has 100% Bad Lass. So I see 3. And then she has the hoodie.
Hoodie and scarf and buckle and wallet.
Yeah, because she's like the main event babyface, and she has more going on for her. Naomi, they're just starting this gimmick, and they're trying to start pushing it.
And the term straight fire, which she literally says in like every time she has the mic. That's not cash grab?
Yeah. First off, whenever she has the mic, she's just like, it's glow time. Like, that's all she says in her matches now. It's just, it's glow time. Like, they give me nothing other than just color, dance, it's glow time. Because there's nothing else to it. What? What's your question?
Isn't that also a cash grab?
Isn't what also a cash grab?
All of Becky Lynch's shit.
It's marketing off of her, but look, here's the difference is you look at all of her stuff, right? It's 100% Bad Lass, last kicker. That's the moniker they gave her. It's not something she's doing. It's just them. And yes, it is a cash grab. But the problem is there's a disconnect between WWE selling something and what I invest in her character. And that's the difference, okay? The difference is there is a difference to Becky Lynch, the one I care about, and what WWE is trying to sell me. There is no difference between the Naomi that is on television and the stuff they're selling me. It's the exact same thing. It's because there's nothing else to it. Becky Lynch, there's more to her. And the stuff that I get invested in about Becky Lynch is not the stuff they sell me. Because, first off, anything that WWE brands is bullshit. Demon King is bullshit. All that's dumb. What I care about is the character. The thing that the artist, because wrestlers are artists in my opinion, that they invoke in the ring and talking and everything. Like the character they're depicting is what I get invested in, not the last kicker brand name or anything like that, because she doesn't really say that. You know, like that's the difference. Is that there's
Well,
more
she
to
does.
the characters that I am like this.
More.
I'm saying this like trying to evaluate myself on the fly. I feel like the characters I care about have more to it than just like. Sorry to harp on Ziggler again, but like, he had that shirt. It's too bad I'm so damn good, or something like that. Whatever it is, like that's all he was. Like I didn't feel anything else from him. Whereas, again, like if I'm talking about Kevin Owens, or I'm talking about Sami Zayn, or I'm talking about Finn Balor, or Becky Lynch, or Sasha Banks, there's more to them than the brand. There's more to Bayley than I'm a hugger. There is nothing more to Naomi than it's glow time. I do think that Dan Price is right, that Becky is it is a cash grab with the steampunk thing. I'm sure she's I'm sure she is being smart there, but like, come on.
But you know what, honestly, and you're going to probably give
That's
me
true. I will give him that. That's true.
I see Becky, and along with what you're saying, what Daniel Price just said, I see Becky as more of a cash grab than Naomi.
How?
Literally, what is being said right there?
No.
Thing,
like
the straight fire.
I think there's a difference between what we're saying here. I think there is a difference between, like, she is a bigger cash grab, but it's WWE doing it. I feel like there is more, like, I feel like that's the difference between our two perspectives here. Is she is clearly making them more money than Naomi, because Naomi's bullshit, but I digress. They're making more money off her and her brand because they founded it, and they're giving her more merchandise, and they're pushing her harder. But I feel like the difference this is my perspective and not yours, is that despite all that, the character Becky Lynch has more depth and more realism to her than Naomi.
Well,
that's a credit to Becky Lynch, the performer.
I say that because I agree with you, because Becky Lynch has been doing this character for 2 years now, almost, on the main roster. So, yeah, but this glow thing is new. Who's to say that in a year's time we won't be saying the same thing about that?
First off, it will not. If it lasts a year, I'll shoot myself in the fucking head. It's not gonna launch. It's not gonna be anything more. I guarantee it. I would put money on it. This is all there is to it. This is all there is to it. This is all there will ever be to it. And Daniel Price said something that's very true, and I think this kind of sums up my perspective. He said that TJ Perkins got heat backstage for telling his real story, that he was homeless, and people were like, "That's not cool," because like a lot of us were like that. No. That's what you should be doing. You should be telling the real story. You should be telling your real emotions. That's the artistic part of this. Don't manufacture shit.
So why is the glow gimmick, as you say, a manufactured cash grab when it comes to Naomi?
Because there's nothing else to it. What else is there to her? Tell me what else there is.
I can't answer that question. If she had the same tenure as Becky, I'd be able to answer that question.
She's been there for like 6 years. She's been there longer than Becky Lynch.
She's not been this character for the entirety of her.
I know, but we saw her on Total Divas. We saw her in a lot of different gimmicks.
Total Divas are nonsense. We're not going to...
Yeah, but you get a little bit of a sense of the people's personalities on there.
That's like saying Chris Lee knows breast is 100% legit.
No, I'm not saying it's 100% legit. I'm saying that you can at least get a glimpse into who they are. You could get a glimpse into who the people of Chris Lee are. That's why they're so detestable and deplorable. That's why you don't watch that show. God damn it. What I'm getting at here is the glow is fine. I'm not buying any of her shit. What I'm saying is that there's no depth to it, so why would I ever get invested in it? It's just a thing she does. It's not anything real or anything to invest in. There's nothing there. It's just a concept. It's just an idea. It's just production value. There's nothing else there. With Becky Lynch or Alexa Bliss or someone else, they have a gimmick. They have a character. Becky Lynch has the last kicking thing that they've said, the straight fire thing. She has all that stuff. But then she is also more of a character that has thoughts and feelings and actions. And she has that story she can tell where she came from overseas and should have made it here. And there's more there. When I talk about Alexa Bliss, there's more character there where she got up through NXT by exploiting other people, and now she's trying to fend for herself, and she has some issues going on. And they're starting to tell that story where she feels superior to all these people, and now she's having to back it up. There's more there. There's nothing more there with Naomi. It's just the entrance. It's just the color. Yeah, and the puns. El gato, pollo loco.
Thank you for saying it right, finally.
Polo.
Well, you already said it right the first time, so there's no takes you back to you.
Pollo loco.
Okay.
This is not even a review of SmackDown at this point. This is just a dissertation on how fucking stupid WWE is at times.
And how fans need to sometimes crawl out of their own ass.
No, I'm not. Am I really in the wrong for asking entertainers to provide me with something unique? Is it really? Am I the one in the wrong for thinking they should give me more than just feel the glow? If that's my problem, I'll just stop watching wrestling right now.
You don't have just feel the glow on the whole show. I mean, this is why I tell you in the DMs. To me, it's frankly ridiculous that you focus on feel the glow and Jack Swagger as things that are just downright deplorable and offensive to you on an entire show.
They offend me. They do. And it's not like I'm just I hate them all. It's because they're not like on all the time, but I don't like them. I think they're dumb. I think they're very stupid. So when they're on, I do something else. When Naomi's on TV, I do something else.
You make it a point to make it known that you dislike them, which means We've spent over a half hour
because we were having a conversation. And you were the one who was egging it on by asking me questions about it, and then I'll tell you my opinion. But like, let me go back on our Twitter DM and let's see how this fucking glow thing started. I'll tell you. Let's see. We were talking about the Mara Ranallo doing the, oh my God, he killed Kenny. That was funny. We need to shout out to Mara for that because that was funny. And then we were talking about the Survivor Series idea and how cool that was. And then you brought up the Feel the Glow thing. You said in capitals, feel the glow. And I said, Naomi sucks. Going to be frank about it. And you said, you need to get some glow in your life, bro. And I said, the glow blows. It's superficial, silly attempt to garner attention. Even Reba never stoops so low. Because I'm joking, obviously, with that last bit because I just like to ruffle Drew's feathers. But then he's starting to get into it, and he says, these people don't deserve your hate. And I say, well, yes, they do, because they're both dumb. They're both dumb. And then that's how the argument starts. Like, I don't hate them, like, actively. It's just, yeah. I mean, like, I just don't care that much. Like, come on, do you think Naomi and Jack Swagger are keeping me up at night? Come on.
Oh, no, of course not. But, like, there's so many other more important things that should be getting the type of disdain that you feel for these two non-important things. No, well, first off, I should be able to feel anything I want about anything. The difference is that I'm not focusing on Jack Swagger or Naomi because they're irrelevant. They do not matter. The problem was you started talking about them, and then I let you in on my opinion. My opinion is I see
what Naomi's doing, and I go, that's stupid. And then I move on. And now that we're actually having a discussion about it, I'm telling you all the reasons why I hate it. Jack Swagger, I just fucking hate him. He's never done anything of importance on the show ever. He is he's a black hole of suck. So I just don't watch him. Like it's not.
We don't need to talk about Jack Swagger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. God forbid I say another word about him because I fucking hate him. But
well, yeah, you could say you fucking hate him.
Yeah, because I don't like him.
But then I tell you that you.
Chris just got on our fucking Smark City Twitter DMs. He's like, "What did I miss?"
A lot. You missed a lot, Chris. And I'm not letting him in on this because he'll just side with you because you guys like being dicks to me, especially with that Eva shit.
No. Like, we do like being dicks because it's fun, but it's like he's gonna have the same opinion of me. You know he will because he's a bunker down. I'm sure he has like a bomb shelter in his house or something. But like,
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
he's gonna hate anything. He hates anything fun. He hates No Way Jose. He hates all that stuff. No Way Jose is another shallow gimmick that is just stupid and fun. And the Glow is stupid and fun. But like, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing.
Wait a minute. You cannot even think about telling me that the Glow is stupid and fun.
Yeah, because some people I'm sure some people find it fun. So I'm going to allow it to be called that. My problem is that it's stupid. Word is what gets to me. Is it's stupid.
So then what? Well, I'm glad you brought No Way Jose into it because how is what? And I'll go on record here.
I can already tell you the answer to the question you're about to ask.
What's the question I'm going to ask?
You're going to ask, how can you even talk about liking No Way Jose when you hate Naomi when you're comparing them as having the same type of gimmick? Right?
Maybe.
And I'll tell you why. Because fucking No Way Jose is a minor leaguer. That's why. It's a stupid show or it's a stupid gimmick for a silly crowd that is of no consequence to anyone. Like he is not making big money. And I'm not saying Naomi's making big money, but she's on the big stage. I demand more from the big stage. Sorry. If No Way Jose got called up, I would expect him to be up there for like a month and then go away. And that's true. No Way Jose has more personality than Naomi. I agree there too. And No Way Jose seems to have more to it than she does. No Way Jose seems to inject some personality into it. Naomi has not so far. And that may not be her fault. It may be WWE's. But at the moment, that's my feeling.
All right. That's fine. I just want
okay.
to.
That's fine.
I want to just enjoy the product and not bullshit.
I want to enjoy the product too, but I can't turn my brain off.
Well, there's the problem between the two of us. So.
Well, no. The problem is WWE. I shouldn't have to turn my brain off. I should be able to enjoy it on an intellectual level as well. It should make sense. It shouldn't just be a cash grab at times.
I really feel like WWE is not your company. Are you just doing this to please me?
What?
Are you just watching this show to please me?
No.
Would you not be watching this show if you weren't doing podcasts every week?
Well, here's how my WWE viewing experience always goes. This is how it's always been for my entire life. When it comes to WWE, I watch for a little bit, I get disgusted, I leave for a couple of years, I come back.
Is it time?
Might be. The only problem is I have too many wrestlers I genuinely care about. That's the problem. I usually reach a point of apathy for all of them, and I can leave. The problem is I care too much about Sami Zayn. I care too much about Kevin Owens. I care too much about Neville. I care too much about Hideo Itami and Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor, obviously, and too much about the Four Horsewomen, and too much about Asuka, and all these people that I care about and like. I care too much about Corey Graves.
So because of that, you're not going to leave?
No, because I like all of them, and I know they can produce good content, and they can entertain me. But then there's all the other stuff like Titus O'Neil and The Glow and Swagger that is just mind-numbing bullshit that does not matter one iota. That's the problem. God, our SmackDown reviews are so nice and chipper all the time. This one's just a fucking train wreck. You should rename the title the WWE SmackDown Train Wreck Review, because we haven't reviewed a fucking thing. I've just bitched.
We need to keep this as clickbait so this way people can actually.
Yeah, we'll do something more clickbaity. Maybe SmackDown review. That's not clickbaity.
This could be the Drew versus Alex SmackDown.
How would that be? They don't know us. Most people don't know us. How would that be clickbait? You need to be like, top 10 SmackDown moments. You won't believe number 3. And it'll be the exact same as Naomi. We'll come full circle. Nothing matters. Make money.
The funny thing is we're an hour and 16 minutes into this podcast.
Christ.
And there was even another thing that I wanted to talk about that we disagreed on.
Do it. El Gato Pollo Loco says, name it Nipples. The Nipples podcast review.
Excuse me.
What?
Okay. Who El Gato?
It's not a train wreck. Nipples. Great fucking comment back to back.
Who were you in my childhood? that you're saying nipples right now. Who are you in my childhood? Do you know me personally? Are you trying to bring that back?
I think anyone who knows Drew knows that he's always down for nipples. How was that not the ending? God damn it. You should have clicked the button.
No. The nipples has some meaning to my life. I don't mean it that way.
Like WWE clusterfucked this week. Yeah, that works too.
That's a good title, actually.
Yeah. What SmackDown clusterfucked this week? No, for real though. Here's what we'll do: we'll put nipples in the thumbnail, and we'll say what SmackDown clusterfucked this week. Cool, I got it. We're fine.
Oh man!
Look, I'll grab like a stock image. I'll pull some nipples from it. I'll put it on our normal thing, and we'll be set
we
to
might
roll.
Get more views on that than
all the views will come washing in. Yeah, but the point is here too is like, look, with this Smark City podcast that we do, it would be lovely if we got a huge base of people and all that stuff. It would be lovely, but that's not why I do it. And this is the point of the night. The point of the night is don't just do stuff for money. Do stuff because you enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking with all of you and talking with Drew, no matter how bad his opinions are. And, man, it's just fun. It's fun being a community and enjoying stuff together, or at least being able to talk together. Clusterfuck Nipples. That's the title right there. Boom. Daniel Price, you're my man. WWE SmackDown review. And then in quotations, Clusterfuck Nipples. Got it. Perfect. But that's my point of the night here, guys, is that, like, I want a show that I can enjoy at times. I can laugh, and I can also pull out bullshit, and we can all be a community and have fun and ignore, the real problems in the world and all that shit. It's not to make money. It's to have a community and be able to converse and, be social and enjoy each other's company and all that. Enough of that mushy stuff. What were you going to say?
What was I going to say now? I completely forgot. I don't remember at all. Total brain fart right there.
Well, that's lovely.
I just said brain fart on a podcast.
Sure those smell good.
That's gross.
Oh,
How about we have some applause for the podcast tonight that went nowhere. Applause, anybody? Applause.
Podcast.
Thank you.
Are
Thank you.
you
Thank you very much.
fucking me? What? Do you have
What?
like one of those old school, like you click a button and it just plays shit? Are you kidding me?
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
You know what? It really is no surprise that you actually like the glow, because you're just the gimmick stealer and the copyright infringer. You don't do anything original anyway. Heel. I'm out of here. Fuck this. I don't need to be treated this way. Bye, El Gato Pollo Loco. Bye, Daniel Price. Fuck you, Drew.
Terribly. You treated me terribly in this podcast. Well, this is weird. I'm here alone. You see, this is what happens, people. This is what happens when you have dicks like Alex Briggs, who just feel like they need to assert their opinions that are wrong, very wrong opinions, and then they leave. They leave, and they don't let you, argue with them and have a debate. So, yeah. So now I'm here by myself. See you, Daniel. Yeah. So now I can just say, since I have nobody to interrupt me, finally, Alex is a dick, and we'll have some sort of weird clusterfucked nipples type of a title on this. And yeah, so bye.